is Mr. Moto. Mr. I.A. Moto.
NBC presents the world's greatest international secret agent, Mr. I.A. Moto, the popular Japanese character created by Pulitzer Prize winner John P. Marquand. To the struggle between ideologies, forces, and men, which wages throughout the world, Mr. Moto brings the subtlety of his Oriental ancestry, the strength of his American heritage. Tonight's story, one of Sabotage, involving Mr. Moto, Mr. I.A. Moto.
Deep are the shadows of the human mind where battles rage across the soul like nervous clouds across a lowering sky. The end products of these battles are panic, conflict, and sometimes sabotage.
Hampton, I'm nervous.
We've a perfect right to be in a subway station.
Not at 3 a.m. What's that?
Keep quiet.
What's Gaddy doing?
Taking care of the man in the change booth.
He won't kill him.
He might.
What if someone on that train sees us?
It's an express. It doesn't stop.
Hampton, I'm afraid.
Helen, hang on to yourself. We need cool heads for sabotage.
Sabotage is to be expected wherever there are top secret projects and experiments. In 48 hours, one of the greatest inventions in modern warfare was to be tested in the Manhattan Research Foundation. I expected sabotage. I dreaded it. The failure or prevention of the zirconium test would be a national disaster. A disaster of such magnitude that to contemplate it brought me face to face with panic. I tried to explain my fear to Dr. Benjamin Andrews in his office.
Look, Mr. Moto, I've been head of the Manhattan Research Foundation for 6 years.
I know that, Dr. Andrews.
And never once in all that time has there been the slightest suspicion of sabotage. I realize security regulations are necessary, but 10 guards on each floor.
Dr. Andrews, tell me, what do you know about the nitrogen bomb?
We had nothing to do with it here.
They're midget bombs.
I know.
Not much larger than a hand grenade, but 200 times the power.
What's that got to do with us?
24 hours ago, 2 of them disappeared.
What?
Yes.
How?
They were stolen from the Fair Springs Proving Grounds. Doesn't that suggest anything to you?
Well, internationally speaking, the midget nitrogen bomb is an open book.
Quite, but a perfect weapon for sabotaging Operation Zirconium.
You think that's why they were stolen?
I do, and frankly, it terrifies me.
But, Moto, there are 2 guards on every door of this building, 24 hours a day. We observe every possible security measure.
I feel that Operation Zirconium is in danger. Until the test is over, you must observe a few more.
Yes.
Excuse me, Dr. Andrews, but Mr. Hampton would like to know if you're going to the meeting with Dr. Brunner.
Oh, I forgot. Miss Cotter, this is Mr. Moto. Mr. I.A. Moto.
How do you do?
Miss Cotter?
Mr. Moto is going to be with us until the zirconium test is completed.
Is anything wrong, Dr. Andrews?
Oh, no. We're just taking some extra precautions. Miss Cotter's my confidential secretary, Mr. Moto. If you want any letters done or anything like that, she'll be glad to help you.
Of course, Mr. Moto.
Thank you very, very much, Miss Cotter.
Oh, tell Hampton to go to the meeting without me, won't you? I'll come up as soon as I can.
Yes, sir. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you, Mr. Moto.
Thank you, I will.
All right. What's next?
Next, you show me Operation Zirconium. On our way to the zirconium testing room, Dr. Andrews and I passed many doors. Doors on which modest black letters spelled out some of the most famous names in modern science. A hallway of genius.
François Duchartre, vegetable fibers.
Maria Finster,
of all the metallography.
Renowned authority on the heat treatment of nickel, Johansen, Grant, Benedetti, a scientific hall of fame. Then, at last, the hallway narrowed and we approached the entrance to the zirconium testing room. A gleaming door of solid steel barred our progress. Dr. Andrews spoke to a guard who pressed a button.
That door is 2 inches thick and weighs 4 tons.
It should be adequate.
It is. Go ahead, Mr. Moto.
Thank you.
All right, guard. Will you close it, please? There's a guard on that door 24 hours a day. The door is solid steel. A mouse couldn't get into this room.
I am not worried about the mice, Dr. Andrews.
Oh. Well, there it is.
It is beyond description.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Tell me about it.
Well, zirconium is one of the greatest metals yet developed. Malleable, ductile. It resists heat up to incredible temperatures.
How high?
We tested it with a torch, which burns fluorine and hydrogen. The fluorine burns at something around 9,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
But, Dr. Andrews, that is nearly the temperature of the surface of the sun.
It's so hot we can't even measure it. At 2,500 degrees, steel becomes white hot. At 9,000, it runs like maple syrup. In the fluorine-hydrogen torch, zirconium bent a little but retained its basic hardness. Double combustion chambers here are zirconium-lined. If the test works, they'll function perfectly at 6,000 degrees.
Incredible.
With that engine, jet planes can fly 2,000 miles an hour.
Can't you imagine, Dr. Andrews, the importance of that engine to enemy agents?
Well, everything we do here is important to enemy agents.
And the engine will be tested the day after tomorrow?
Yes.
What time is the test?
10 at night.
How many will be present?
Oh, about 30.
I want 10 of my men present at the test itself and 10 more stationed on each floor of the building.
All right.
And there are 4 of your assistants whose security checks are pending. I think it is wisest if they keep out of the building until the test is completed.
Well, who are they?
Mr. Tyrrell, Mr. Mitchell, Dr. Freulich, and Dr. Bernwald.
Bernwald? But he worked on the combustion chambers.
I'm sorry, Dr. Andrews. It is only for 2 days, and no one need know. Captain Shaw, my assistant, will handle the others. I will interview Dr. Bernwald myself.
I don't like it.
I am sorry.
Well, I have to go to a meeting. You can talk to Dr. Bernwald in my office. Miss Cotter will get him for you.
Thank you.
And I repeat, I don't like it, not a bit.
I am very, very sorry, Dr. Andrews, but I think it is best that these men be kept away from the building until the zirconium test is over.
Hampton, it's the truth. Moto knows about the nitrogen bombs.
Helen, he couldn't.
But he does. I listened at the door. I heard him tell Dr. Andrews.
What did Andrews say?
He's fed up with these security regulations, but he knows they're necessary.
Did he mention me?
No, why should he?
It wouldn't take too much digging to find out I'm not the real Hampton.
Don't you ever get tired of it?
What do you mean?
You're such a fanatic.
A fanatic?
Oh, I'm just so sick of lying and stealing and spying. I'm sick of the party.
You make a remark like that once more, and
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
We're dedicated, both of us. Remember that.
Yes.
We're part of the greatest thing that's ever happened. A revolution that will not only make it
Don't talk
possible...
so loud. And don't preach. I'm just tired, that's all.
Where are Moto and Andrews now?
They went up to the testing room.
How did Moto get into the picture? Andrews sent for him?
I don't know.
Makes me nervous. Think the subways occurred to them?
I doubt it.
Well, 48 hours.
Yes.
They won't change the time of the test.
No, too many people have been asked.
And with tonight and tomorrow night.
Yes.
We'll set it up tonight, off tomorrow night. Would be safer if we could do it in one trip, but we can't. Bombs have to be directly under the building to be sure they...
Be careful, somebody's coming. Dr. Andrews said he'd get to the meeting as soon as he could, Dr. Hampton.
Excuse me, Miss Cotter, but I wondered if you would do something for me.
Of course, Mr. Moto. This is Mr. Hampton, Mr. Moto.
How do you do?
Mr. Hampton's been working on zirconium in England, Mr. Moto.
Oh, really? And when did you come over?
Slightly over 6 weeks now.
I hope you're enjoying America?
Oh, immensely. With 2 exceptions. I took one ride in your dreadful subways and promptly switched to taxi. And I tried 1 cup of your fantastic tea and switched to coffee.
Well, I can understand that. Being of Japanese extraction, I'm a bit of an authority on tea myself. What was your connection in London?
Galton Laboratories.
Ah, my old friend, Dr. Galton. How is he?
Fine. Actually, it was he who sent me over to Dr. Andrews.
Oh?
U.S. zircon deposits are going to be awfully important, and Europe's a bit on the short side, you know.
With the exception of Germany, I understand.
Yes, that's right.
It has been very, very pleasant meeting you, Dr. Hampton. But if you will forgive me, I would like Miss Cutter to do some work for me before she goes to lunch.
Righto. I've things to do myself, actually. I say, would you care for a nip of chocolate?
No, thank you.
It's silly of me, I know, but I can't get enough of your wonderful food. So every time I pass one of those penny dispensing machines, I load up on chocolate. Well, I'll be getting along. Thank you, Miss Cotter.
You're welcome.
Goodbye, Mr. Moto. Awfully nice to have met you.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. Miss Cutter, will you send a cable for me?
Certainly, sir.
Sir John Davenport, Intelligence C5, British War Office, London. Ready?
Yes, sir.
Kindly airmail pictures and complete physical description, including set of fingerprints. You're Mr. What is Mr. Hampton's first name?
Neil. Neil J.
Thank you. Including set of fingerprints, you're Neil J. Hampton. Stop. Urgent and immediate stop. Signed Moto. You got that?
Yes, sir.
Send that off before you go to lunch, will you?
Yes, Mr. Moto.
I'll be in Dr. Andrews' office if anybody wants me.
Yes, sir.
Hello, Hampton here.
Hampton, have you a lunch date?
Yes, why?
Oh, break it. Send for Gabby. We'll all 3 meet in your apartment at 12:30.
Anything wrong?
Yes, 12:30 at the apartment.
Right.
Hampton, he dictated a cable to British intelligence.
You what?
Yes, asking for a picture and fingerprints of Neil J. Hampton. I had to send it. I had to.
Look, boss, if this is getting hot, I'm pulling out. I didn't figure on anything
Listen,
like
Gabby,
that.
you're in this for $20,000. Now shut up.
Honestly, I almost fainted.
I don't like this
Gabby,
whole thing, I tell you.
you're an ex-convict and a thug. You'll never get a chance to make $20,000 again as long as you live. Now keep quiet and let me think.
I almost dropped the pencil. My heart was beating so loud I thought I'd hear it.
How long have we got until Moto gets a reply to his cable?
He marked it immediate and urgent and return airmail.
And our deadline is tomorrow night at 6.
That's about right.
Gabby, get those blueprints of the subway. They're in the desk.
Okay, boss, I'll get them.
What are you going to do?
We'll have to do it tonight.
But are we ready?
We'll have to be.
All right, boss, here they are.
Sure these blueprints are accurate.
What do you mean, accurate? They're blueprints, ain't they? All blueprints are accurate.
Go over it again.
All right. Well, this here...
Yes?
That's the subway entrance. Going south, that's downtown on the local tracks along here, see?
Yes.
Now, you go for exactly 872 feet. Then you're smack underneath the Manhattan Research Foundation building.
How far underneath, Cabby?
33 feet.
And we drilled 2 holes in the subway wall, 9 inches deep and 3 inches across.
We won't drill. It makes too much noise.
What then?
We'll use the fluorine hydrogen torch. I'll steal one from the foundation. That stuff eats through concrete as though it was candle wax.
How long?
Through 9 inches of concrete? About 2 minutes.
Wow, it must be hot.
It is.
Not as hot as we'll be if we fumble it.
Don't get panicky, Helen. It's dangerous. You place a nitrogen bomb in each one of the holes, then lay the detonator hose across the tracks. And Gabby, you say the last express is at 20 after 3?
Yeah, right.
A.M.?
No, at night.
That's a...
Okay, a.m., p.m., so it's the middle of the night, 20 after 3, see?
Yes.
And the next local, that's starting the morning service, is at 4. And we got from 20 after 3 till 4 o'clock.
40 minutes.
Right, let's figure it. We're on the subway platform at 3:20 when the last express goes through. It'll take us 6 minutes to walk in the 872 feet.
Yeah, and figuring 6 minutes to to burn the holes, put in the bombs, and put the hose across the track.
And 6 minutes back. That's 18 minutes from 40. Gives us at least 20 minutes to get away.
In the car, we can get a long way from that subway station in 20 minutes.
You better leave now, Helen. It wouldn't do for us to go back to the foundation together.
Right.
Gabby, we'll meet here tonight at 6. I'll have the torch and we'll check the detonator hoses on the bombs. Tonight is going to be the night.
Mr. Moto, what do you mean?
Just what I say, Dr. Andrews.
You mean you actually cabled British intelligence to check up on Hampton?
Yes, I asked for fingerprints and a photograph.
Since I'm in charge here, I presume I may ask why.
I think he is an imposter.
You think what?
We were talking about zircon deposits in Europe. I said there were some in Germany. It startled him. Then he agreed there were. Actually, there are not.
Actually, there are so.
What?
I don't wonder it startled him. It's been kept very hush-hush.
Why, I've been very foolish.
Oh. Is everyone who knows more than you about zirconium to be under suspicion? Perhaps you'd be interested in knowing that in 1940 I donated a $100 check to an Aid to Russia fund. It was at a dinner at the Waldorf. If I remember rightly, I borrowed a pen from the chairman of the New York City Council to make out the check. He was at the dinner, too, so were 800 others.
If I have embarrassed you, I am very, very sorry, Doctor.
Embarrassed me? You've insulted one of the outstanding physicists in the world.
If I am wrong, no one need know I sent the cable except you.
Oh, Hampton's credentials were carefully checked before he was admitted to this country. And before the Galton Laboratory hired him away from Oxford University. Oh, good night, Mr. Moto.
Are you leaving by the main gate, Dr. Andrews?
If I can get through the guards.
Would you ask Captain Shaw to come here, please?
Oh, I will. And try not to break up my entire organization.
A long distance, a special priority call on New York Private Line 2000 L4. That is correct. Mr. Moto. Mr. I.A. Moto. For Sir John Davenport, British Intelligence, London, England. Have you got that? Call me back as soon as possible, will you? Thank you.
You wanted me, Mr. Moto?
Oh, come in, Captain Shaw.
Well, sir, we've been over every inch of this building.
The cafeteria?
Yeah, 2 men shook every unopened can in the place.
A quart can of tomatoes would be an excellent hiding place for a nitrogen bomb.
I'm telling you, we haven't missed so much as a keyhole.
Did you find out about the chocolate?
Well, those penny vending machines are in almost every subway station in town.
Ah, and tell me, Captain Shaw, are they anyplace else?
Not out here. Some in the Times Square area, those penny arcades have them.
An odd place for a physicist to go for relaxation?
Yes, odd place for anybody to go unless they're feeble-minded.
Then Hampton was lying. He does ride the subway.
No. He walks.
He what?
That's right, he walks. Just lives around the corner from here.
But if he doesn't ride the subways, where does he buy those penny chocolate bars?
I don't know. Maybe he just likes candy.
Then why doesn't he go into a candy store and buy it by the pound?
Search me.
I cannot possibly take a prominent British physicist into custody for eating penny chocolates.
So what do we do?
We can do nothing, Captain Shaw, except wait here. I am sure that Sir John Davenport will get in touch with me. We will wait here for a phone call from British intelligence.
The detonator hose here, Gabby, and hold the bomb still.
These pliers are too big. It's like fixing a watch with a crowbar. It's liable to go off and blow his
Helen, there's tweezers on that table by the window. Get them, will you?
All right.
Try it, Gabby. No, it's still loose. If that vent isn't absolutely airtight, the bombs won't go off.
Hanson, Dad!
What is it?
Come here, quick! Look, down there, getting out of that car.
Andrews.
But how? How?
Gabby, quick. Get the stuff into the bedroom. Hurry.
Yeah, sure.
Torch, Helen. No, on the chair. Hurry.
I knew something would go wrong. I knew
Shut
it.
up and don't panic. The pliers, Gabby. There.
Yeah, I got him.
Take the hose, Helen.
All right.
And those glasses.
Yes.
The whiskey glasses, Helen. Use your head. There's 3 of them, and hurry.
Anything else?
The hammer, Gabby, on the floor by the couch.
Okay, I got it.
In the bedroom. Not a sound. Hurry.
Be careful, Hanson.
You need help, you yell.
In the bedroom, quick. Not a sound. Coming. Why, Dr. Andrews, how very nice. Please come in.
Oh, thank you, Hampton.
Sit down, won't you?
No, I can't stay a moment. I've come to make an apology.
An apology?
I want to be the first to tell you so that you'd understand.
Oh, please sit down, Dr. Andrews.
Yes, thank you. Hampton, I'm really terribly embarrassed, but through absolutely no fault of mine, there's been a cable sent to British intelligence. It's one of those unfortunate incidents that...
A cable? What sort of cable?
Hampton,
Dr. Andrews, what is it?
What is that?
What? My dear chap, are you ill?
There, on the floor. No, it can't be.
Oh, no. A chap was in fixing my air conditioner in the bedroom. He must have dropped it.
Let me see it.
Really, old boy, it's nothing.
Let me see it.
Dr. Andrews, I assure you that...
It's a vent from a fluorine hydrogen torch. Isn't it?
No.
Then let me see it.
No.
Hampton!
Keep still, Andrews.
Let me out of here.
Oh, no, you don't.
Moto was right. He was right all the time.
Mr. Moto, we're going to wait all night for that call from British intelligence. It's almost 3 a.m.
Captain Shaw, I have the strangest feeling. A premonition of disaster.
All right, but we've done everything we can.
Hello? Yes? British intelligence.
Oh?
Hello? Yes, Sir John. When? An hour ago. Please, don't apologize. You had no reason to suspect. Yes. Thank you, Sir John. I must hurry. Goodbye.
What?
Hampton is an imposter.
What'd they say?
Have you Hampton's address?
Yeah, around the corner.
Quickly, Captain Shaw. We haven't a moment to lose. The real Hampton was found an hour ago in an abandoned well on his estate in Hampshire. Murdered.
All right, come on, Helen. We're 40 minutes before the next local.
What's keeping Gabby?
Gabby, you all right?
Yeah. I fixed the guy in the change booth.
Gabby, you didn't kill him.
Just a tap on the head. He's out cold.
Helen, you stay here. If anybody comes, anybody suspicious, blow this whistle, understand?
Yes.
And keep your head.
All right.
Come on, Gabby. Down on the tracks. And hurry.
Okay.
Keep your eyes open, Helen.
I will.
Into the tunnel, Gabby. 40 minutes isn't any too long.
If Hampton's in, he's playing possum. Break down the door, Captain Shaw.
Yes, Mr. Moto.
One more will do it.
Yes, sir.
The light. Quickly.
Yeah.
Dr. Andrews. Untie him quickly.
Yes, sir.
I knew it. I knew I was right about Hampton. There was something about him, something in his eyes. The gag. Quickly, Captain.
Yeah. Take it easy, Andrews. Now.
Moto, hurry. You were right all along. They've got 2 nitrogen
Get him some
bombs.
water, Captain.
No, I'm all right. The subway runs underneath the foundation building. I heard them talking. They're going to blow up the buildings in the subway with nitrogen bombs.
Captain Shaw.
Yes, sir.
Get 30 men from headquarters. Which station, Dr. Andrews?
Down the street. For God's sake, hurry.
10 men at the stop above, Captain. 10 at the station down the street. 10 at the first station down.
Yes, sir.
Hurry, Captain Shaw. Every moment we lose brings us closer to disaster.
Tighter, Gabby.
Yeah, okay.
The bombs won't explode unless the detonator hose is airtight.
I tell you, we won't make it. We've been in here 20 minutes now.
That one's ready. Now the other.
Boss, we won't make it, I'm telling you.
Shut up. Hold the flashlight steady.
Listen. Train.
There's a junction 3 stations down. It's not coming this way. Hold the flashlight lower.
We can't fix both bombs. We ain't got the time.
I tell you, there's a junction 3 stations down. Now shut up. There won't be a train on this track for 20 minutes. One bomb is set. Hold the flashlight while I tighten the other.
We won't get far enough away.
We'll be out of here in 10 minutes. That gives us 10 to get away. Give me the hammer.
Put it on the track.
What?
On the tracks, the hose connection.
Right.
Now hold it steady.
One more.
Hey, that is the local. Something's gone wrong.
One more.
Are you crazy?
One more will do it.
Hey, that train's coming, look.
It's not. One more.
But I can see it. We can't make it.
We can.
We'll be blown to bits. Pull those connections out. Pull them out, you hear me? The train's coming. We can't make it. We'll be blown to bits.
It can't be the local.
Pull those connections.
No.
We'll be blown to bits. Pull those connections. We'll pull them.
All right.
Come on. Now the other, hurry. There's a safety net down the tracks to the side of the wall. Come on, pull the other one.
Got it.
Never mind the tubers. Come on. Come on, Ed. Run.
Gabby, help me. I fell. I got my foot. Help me.
Well, gentlemen, the fake Mr. Hampton will bother us no longer. There was very little of him left.
He was insane.
A communist fanatic, Dr. Andrews, dedicated to a cause. So was Miss Cotter. Gabby was in it purely for money, an ex-convict. They'll probably get 20 years.
The real hero was the driver of that empty subway train.
No, Captain Shaw. The bombs couldn't possibly have been ready. Setting an air hose detonator on the nitrogen bomb by hand is a difficult job. I knew it could not possibly be done in less than 40 minutes. The transit people were very cooperative. They did not allow the local to stop at a single station. It was almost 20 minutes early. I knew they would still be in the subway tunnel, and that they would hardly allow themselves to be blown up.
Mr. Moto, I'm sorry I wasn't more cooperative.
You acted as you thought best, Dr. Andrews.
Well, it's just that I hate witch hunts.
Yes, I hate them too, Dr. Andrews. Hate to see an innocent person unjustly accused. On the other hand...
Yes, Mr. Moto?
The price of freedom is eternal vigilance.
You have just heard the world's greatest international secret agent, Mr. I.A. Moto, in a story of Sabotage. James Monks starred as Mr. Moto. The script was written and directed by Harry W. Junkin, produced by Carol Irwin. Others in the cast were Hadley Rainey, Ross Martin, Rita Lynn, Bernard Grant, and Lyle Sudrow. The music was transcribed. This is Fred Collins speaking.
And now, may you sleep in grace and wisdom, and arise to greet the dawn renewed and strengthened, confident in the words of the poet that the spirit of the worm beneath the sod in love and worship blends itself with God. Good night.
It's the Silver Jubilee on NBC.